Hey everybody, it is really great to have you back today. I want to show you how to make cocoa butter silk and how to recognize what is and isn't good silk. If right now you're asking yourself what is silk, or you don't know how amazing it is, check out our other video, what goes on inside of tempering. The link's right above. You can also go to the silk section of the website. It includes written directions. The link's up there somewhere. What I'm going to show you today is how it should go when we make cocoa butter silk. And then we're going to go over some of the real world problems you may encounter and how to identify them and how to fix them. What you're going to need is a sous vide of your choice, a pot of water, some water sealable, waterproof jars like a mason jar. Some people have had some good luck with the vacuum bags, but I find jars are easier to work with, and you're also going to need something to weigh them down. If you have those things, let's get going. First, we need to chop up the cocoa butter. It doesn't really matter if it's natural, deodorized, or if you've pressed it yourself. If you have pressed your own butter, though, it needs to be clarified, which is just a way of saying it's not brown. The whole point of silk is that it's pure crystals, and the brown bits are going to ruin your silk. Next up, put your chopped cocoa butter into a jar and seal it. Make sure it has a good seal. Water getting in there is just going to ruin it. Set your sous vide to 92.5 Fahrenheit, or as close as you can get it. Plus or minus 0.1 Fahrenheit is perfectly fine. Part of learning this is understanding that each new batch of cocoa butter may or may not have the same real sweet spot. You're only going to be able to find that by trial and error. Just keep repeating the steps I'm going to show you until it works. Put the jar in the water bath, weigh it down, and let the sous vide work its magic for 24 hours. And in a perfect world, you've just made cocoa butter silk. Let's look at what we have here and how we know we succeeded. It should be fully opaque and soft at this point. There's no smell difference, there's no color difference, and you can't see the crystals. The opaqueness here is the real key. There's a nuance to working with this material that you just can't take a shortcut to. You need to make it, learn, make it again, learn some more. Eventually you're going to get to a point by looking at it that you can tell you've made good, pure cocoa butter silk. I personally like to spread it on a piece of wax paper. Spread it out, fold it over, let it set up. As long as it doesn't melt, it's going to be good indefinitely. Then you can just break a piece off and use it for your tempering as you need it. Let's talk about when things don't go quite right and what you need to do about it. There are two options. Either it didn't melt, or it melted completely and it's gone completely clear. If it didn't soften, you need to raise the temperature of the sous vide a little bit. Maybe 0.2 of a degree, maybe 0.5 degree. Put it back in and let it sit for another 24 hours. If you had to go through this iteration, maybe check it at 12 hours. You might have to turn it up again. Repeating this process will eventually get you the softness you want. You're not doing anything wrong. This is the process. The sous vide isn't broken. The cocoa isn't bad. You're learning through trial and error where that particular cocoa butter sweet spot is. Relax. Have a piece of chocolate, and do it again. The second common issue is that it melted and went clear. Unfortunately, it's not a matter of just turning the sous vide down. I don't really understand why it doesn't work, but something about the energy in the cocoa butter keeps the type 5 crystals from forming. In this case, you need to take the cocoa butter out, let it cool, and solidify, then put it back in. But lower your temperature that 0.2 to 0.5 degrees and repeat the process. I think you can see where this is going. It's repeating the process to find the temperature that works for a particular batch of cocoa butter. There's no magic bullet. You just have to do it. There's no set time, there's no set temperature. It's really an organic process that you have to pay attention to and know what you're trying to achieve. Don't get hung up on the time. Just know what you want the cocoa butter to do and work with it to make it. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you learned something, or at least took a moment to think about some stuff. If you want some more details or some written instructions, go to the website and check out the silk section. Please click the like if you like what you're seeing here. Every like tells Google that, our videos are worth sharing and it helps us get the word out. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button twice. Please, if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you would. And let's go make some silk.